I just wrote this stuff down. I figure I'll put it on a video, then to put it in a post because it turned out to be long. But as I grow, sometimes it feels like I'm getting stronger and stronger. And sometimes I feel like I'm getting weaker and weaker. Up, down, down. And I keep spending everything or giving everything away. And plus my own hobbies. And procrastinating is one of my biggest bad habits, and it has come to pile up on me, causing many heavy problems. But of course, I am up to taking care of everything. I am known for working miracles. Well, for God working miracles through me. I am not promising anything because I can't. But I can promise you that I have not given up on moving forward in life and trying to become successful. Successful to me is different than what it is to most. But anyway, I am making this post because I am feeling some type of way about my status and the way I am living. Now, for a while now, I have been being weak and not strong. And that is why I have not prospered more or have come to move along. Now, that is a confession and respect about what is really going on in my life and others. But also showing that I am going with what is of the world, non-perfection. And before I go on, what that means is, a lot of people, you got people that say, or they just go against what is so much, and it causes them to do so much lying, and they can't even break from it. But anyway, you got to respect what is for you to be able to move forward. But anyway, a lot of these things are just whole other stories. You have to break so many things down for people to understand things. But anyway, it's saying me going with what is, non-perfection. But when you recognize things, confess to it, and approach them, then you are working towards perfection. Now, yes, I have heard some people say they don't want perfection. Now, either they don't understand what they are saying or they don't care. But anyway, this is about me. Now, these are some reasons why I am blessed and happy to still be living, no matter the living conditions. As long as I know that I have sealed big deals and that I will keep doing that, it's okay. And I know it'll be like this on me sometimes, which is rough. Now, for one, I am glad that I am still able to do things I do every day, waking up and keep learning. I say this because about a week ago, someone important from around my way past died from an accident. Now, I don't know why this accident affected me the way it did, but it did. Before this accident, I used to be scared of death because of my kids. Because if I am out here living stupid and die from something stupid, then I would be leaving them to deal with this crazy world alone. But they felt some pain and experienced something to where I could have a talk with them about myself. Because the accident caused the death of their cousin's father. They have been growing up with these cousins. They're all the same age too, around the same age, excuse me. So I was able to tell my kids to embrace it and also to be prepared for anything that may hit them. I have always taught them this, but that was the last thing I didn't know how to prepare them for. But this accident helped me and relieved me of being afraid to go. Because he was a good dude and I seen him going so far, but then comes an accident that took his life. So by him being gone, and by the way it happened, I'm not afraid of going or how it may happen. And I am serious about all of this. I have been scared that I might die of a sickness or unhealthy living or anything. But now I embrace whatever. Even if I go to prison for 20 years or if people see me doing bad, I still think to myself now that I am living and able. I got here in parentheses. If you can breathe and move, don't give up. Don't worry about anything. Just keep going. Whatever you're going through, that too shall pass, But anyway, now I was into giving some of my strong points in life and blessings. I am glad I am sucker free, not dealing with certain kind of people. I dealt with a lot of people coming up through life, I've weeded them all out, and I'm looking for I'm dealing with nothing but good people now, teaching me things. But anyway, I don't do the gay stuff as far as man for man. I don't have anything against anybody. I'm just saying, because I hear about some people out here doing things, or they might have to do some things to gain or whatever, It's never been me, never had to be me. But anyway, I am not in any battles to where I am losing or anybody putting pressure on me. I am my own boss and have been for many years. No one can ever take away from me some of the things I've done to live off of, which brings me to another situation. When I say the things I've done to live off of, it could be any of the many things I've done, or lessons I've taught or lessons I've learned to move forward in life, or the moves I've made to, try to make sure my kids are situated for life, or they have backup, or, certain things. But anyway, and like I say, nobody can take none of that from me, and no matter who's who or who has more or whatever. And like I said, that's what leads me to talk about this other stuff. Something else I want to speak on. Every time an artist or someone make it big, I notice it is a lot of down talk on the peers or others with no care of how it hit others. Meaning, you will hear a lot of, I got this, and you don't have this, or I got this much and you only got that much, or I'll F your B and send her back. And to be honest, a lot of people that know me, if people don't understand, I don't want to say so much because I don't want to be that person saying the same thing, but everything rotates. You know what I mean? Your lady going, just like how some people say, your lady will probably go to the next person, but they talking like this. The next billionaire, the billionaire could probably, take his woman or whatever, or depending on whatever type of game you're putting down. Some people don't have the mentality to make a person genuinely love them to where the money is not an issue for this person to see them for who they are or whatever, But anyway, and back to this. Now, I can say all of this because I know the game. I've played the game and done changed some rules too. But what I am getting at is the ignorance and the lack of so much. I remember when I was making a lot of money and had a lot, I would act out sometimes, but never to hurt someone's feelings that I knew couldn't do better. I was always giving and teaching, even the enemies. I never really had too many enemies because I always took care of problems if it was in the air. But to all the rappers, I say please, use the tongue more wisely. Believe me, I know the big picture, and you are not important in the big picture. You are entertainment for the artists that draw the big pictures. And yes, I've been trying to train to be a person drawing these big pictures, which are, world activities or looking into things that are, and man, so many things are so deep that people don't even think about or look into. But anyway, now to start off, the way I analyze a rapper is I look up his net worth. I listen, I hear, and I see. So now I know. And now it seems like everybody is saying the same things. Now, I'm not talking negative here. I'm just stating some of the facts. You know the solid rappers when you hear them, and you can tell that they have the potential to do much more. Like how Puff and Jay-Z, in a way, they kept growing and growing. I have a whole story about that too, but that is another story, something different. As far as how does people prosper in so many years? How has a person prospered? Where have they planted seeds? What kind of seeds have they planted? Things like this. But anyway, all of this come from nobody. But and a lot of this come from like this. What I'm about to get into, because you got, man. If everybody could just rotate things and everybody put things together for other people, then everything would be easier out here. But a lot of this it comes from this. All of this comes from nobody showing love or bringing easy ways to the old time gamers that are still living and out here, but not with much. I know a lot of OGs that are worth more than some of you young Gs with millions. And I'm sure they know some too. Now, they might say that they take theirs and put them on, but there are more out here, believe me. I am for the people, so I try to support everyone in ways that no one really pay attention to. Almost something like when the troops from the U.S. are discharged and come home. They don't live that life anymore, so they have to live different lives. and adapt to things and make a living differently. But back to my point, you got the OGs that maybe just got out, lost everything, or the OGs that just got out and don't want to go back or just want to try other things that come with less risk of negative outcome. Now, of course, we all know living like that, we don't make as much. Well, not as much, as fast, and as easy. So our funds are not as strong as they used to be because of whatever reasons. But there is no problem though. The person is clear-headed, clean, don't have to look over his or her shoulder or worry about backstabbers, and sleeps peacefully at night. But then you turn on the radio, or this OG that is not involved anymore wants to listen to some rap motivation, and the rapper is saying that no one is anything if they ain't doing what they doing, or got as much as they got, and how the old could be washed up or no good because they had to either pull out or did their time, or whatever the reason may be, for their choice to change the way they live. So when they talk like that, I think when they talk like that, I think to myself, from their net worth, their value is less than the person with a higher net worth. So they say they can do this and that with the money or because of the money. But if they knew about or cared about that big picture I was talking about, that they would know that they don't have nowhere near enough to take care of a major world issue or even drop down on it. Everybody talking murder this and murder that, or they money long. But there are not that many big time rappers that we all like that are worth more than 100 million. Now, for some reason, 1 billion is the number for everyone. And most of the rappers are not even at 50 million. So I guess when they talk like that they are talking to whoever has less money than them. And this is only to some. I could carry on about this all day, but I'll save it. And this part was for anyone who has been involved in anything and not involved in it anymore. Rather you was in a service to fight for your country, or a street soldier, or an old street boss, or ex-dancer, or whatever it was. Everybody just keep moving forward with a positive strength. Positive. And to all the real rappers or real bosses of the world and of the streets, I say step it up. Y'all know actions speak louder than words, and other actions might sell your music more. But this is enough of this for now. I just wanted to share this. This is Mr. Rose.